Hey everyone, before we get started with PostgreSQL, I just want to do a brief introduction to what are databases and what are the key components of the databases, what are the use cases for databases. So I thought I'll start here before we start diving into PostgreSQL. So the first thing is, what are databases? So a database is an organized collection of data that can be easily accessed, managed and updated. So essentially all the information that we have or all the points of data that we're capturing, they get stored in one central location, and that is what is called a database. It's used to store based on certain principles. So obviously there's a structure around it. So it stores data in a structured way, and that allows users and applications to retrieve, modify and analyze the data. So when we say retrieve, modify and analyze the data, security is also a very big component of that. So I would say allows users and applications to retrieve, modify and analyze the data in a secure way. And it's repeatable. So that's what essentially a database does. It stores your data in a secure way so that you can later on manipulate that data set and gain insights out of that. You can also go back and modify. So let's say someone's last name changes or someone's address changes. So you want to go back and update that, so that you definitely insert, update, delete, modify or update. So that's that. Moving on to the next one, what are the key components of a database? Obviously you want to store data, so that is the key component. And when you start talking about data, it could be text, so it could be names, it could be numbers, about like telephone numbers, it could be dates, it could be spatial data like longitude and latitude. How information in a database is stored in schemas, at least in the relational world. And you then have a database, then you've got schemas, then you've got tables underneath it. So we are way to organize our data or group the data. So that is also a key component. Database management system. So this is a software used to interact with the database and perform DDL and DML activities. So this software will store the information in file format and retrieve it for use. That's the smarts that makes everything work. And then query language. So any database in the world, specifically when it's relational, will use a SQL or some flavor of SQL. So for example, Microsoft has its own flavor for C called T-SQL. But all of them conform to one standard. So if you learn SQL, you can port it to other places. So same with PostgreSQL, the SQL concepts, you can move it to Oracle, or you can move it to SQL Server. You can move it to Teradata. Obviously, Teradata is very different in terms of how it is. But yes, once you learn the underlying tables and how you query them, or at least the base flavor doesn't change. And then obviously now we've got APIs for non-relational databases as well, which are a very key component. So types of databases. So like we started with relational databases, and they're still called the traditional databases, where you use tables with rows and columns to organize the data. Then you've got non-relational databases, so something like a key value pair database, for example DynamoDB. You've got distributed databases, so spread across multiple locations or nodes for scalability. Teradata could be another example of a distributed database, I think. Cloud databases, so these are hosted on cloud platforms, and they provide scalable and managed services. So they are essentially, for example, Amazon RDS. There are other databases that are also on the cloud, but I'm specifically talking cloud database like Amazon RDS. So you have these relational database, which could be PostgreSQL, or it could be a SQL Server. They could get hosted by Amazon and under a flavor called Amazon RDS. And then we've got in-memory databases like Memcached and Redis, which offer you like really fast speed. So if you have something like millisecond or sub-millisecond latency requirements, that's when you start getting into in-memory databases. So these are some of the flavors of the databases. There might be more. The world is changing really fast, but that's what I could think of top of my head. Then what are the use cases? Like, where do you use them? So all your web and mobile apps use database behind the scene, whatever flavor of database they use. They're used for analytics, so storing and analyzing large data sets for insights. You store data in a dimensional format there, or a slightly different grouping of data, but yes, that's a very, very strong use case. Finance, so managing transactions and financial records, they'll get stored in database. So you might have a table for maybe your customer dimension, or you might have a table for your journal and ledger, and so forth. And then you've got e-commerce, so cataloging products, users and transactions. This one might be using a DynamoDB behind the scene, or might not be using a relational database. So, but that's one of the use cases. So in this video, we've essentially covered what are databases, what are the various components of a database, what are the various use cases of a database, and what are the various flavors of a database. So I hope you find this video useful. Before we even get into discussion around PostgreSQL, I think that's it. I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and like my videos if you enjoy what I'm doing. Let me know if you would like me to take any specific topics. Cheers, bye.